I'm a cyclist and I'm from the Pennines and I wear toe clips and straps.
And I'm from the 80s.
And I'm from the 80s and I need a job.
I'm a cyclist and I live in the Pennines, and welcome to my channel. And today we've had a fantastic ride up over Holmfirth again into last of the summer wine country, and today we'll have climbed nearly 5,000 feet again and just short of 55 miles. It is October now and the weather is changing, it's getting cold, we're going to get wrapped up a lot more. Anyway, here's the video and I hope you enjoy it. Alrighty, where are we? Glossop's that way, Staley Bridge that way. This is called Mottram Cutting. It's quite a long climb up there and we've dropped one of the guys, so we're waiting at the summit for him. We've got a nice descent down here anyway, got to watch it, it's a bit wet.
So here's the descent now as we're making our way towards Whalley Bridge and towards Glossop. It does get busy along here too.
Yeah, with disc brakes. Right, we've got some bike talk. Yes. Owen just wants to allude to a few, how would you put it?
Pros and cons.
Technical issues.
With V brakes and disc brakes.
Now I am on disc brakes, Owen.
And I'm on V brakes. And
it's wet.
Liam front.
Lee.
He's on his winter bike on disc brakes. And now he has got no back brake.
No back brake.
Due to fluid issue. And that,
bike maintenance.
it can,
that's key.
Bike maintenance is key, but this could have happened whilst out on the ride.
We are on the ride.
Yes.
Ooh.
And that is the issue with disc brakes. You can't, with a V brake, pads go, you can normally have a spare set with you. Fluid, you've got to start draining it and bleeding it all out. So they do have the advantages and disadvantages.
Thanks for that, Owen. So this road now takes us to Woodhead, which is that way, the main Sheffield road there, and the Snake Pass is that way. Are we doing Holmfirth?
No,
we're not doing Holmfirth. Where are we going then?
Shunnell.
Okay.
Then I'm going to turn right over to...
Oh yeah, there's that top road, isn't it?
Why's he gone all posh?
Pardon?
I think we were meant to go that way, back towards Chunnell. It looks like we're going this way, towards Tintwistle, and then maybe up the Holmfirth. That's a long climb that way, and a pretty treacherous descent. Okay, we've just cycled down a fantastic glacial valley. It's brilliant to look at when you're riding through here. Mike's having a gel, and the guys are down there. We're going to take a right onto the Woodhead and take a left, and up over yonder, and it'll be a big one, this.
So having left the A628, which is the Woodhead Road, it was time to start the climb of Holmfirth, which is on the A6024. This is a tough climb. A gap opened up very quickly, which left Owen and Mike somewhere pretty well behind. So I decided to ride on, and I passed the two of them and I can see the riders up ahead. Now trying to bridge a gap on a climb like this is a tough one, especially on this heavy old bike of mine, but as you can see there, they are within reaching distance. But that turned out to be a gap too far to bridge, with the road closing in and the summit getting ever closer. And at this stage I was gasping for air and I could feel the lactic acid building up in my legs starting to burn. And here we are at the summit. I'd almost caught them up. And what a fantastic climb that was. I love it doing this climb.
That was a tough climb. 524 metres now above sea level. Mike and Owen are back there. 4 of the guys are ahead and 1 guy is turned back. This side takes us into West Yorkshire. That side we just come through is Derbyshire. How was that, Owen?
Easy.
Here's Mike, the Lantern Rouge. Right, this is the Holm Moss descent, Holmfirth bound.
So here we are now on the descent. You can see the transmitter there to the left. I'm just doing some pre-flight checks, you might call them, because this descent very quickly gets super fast. So there's 3 guys ahead of me now. I can see there's a clear road ahead of me. It's clear behind. Let's start to overtake and get some speed on this descent. I must always stress, unless you are a competent bike rider, please don't try to go fast down hills like this. You will seriously hurt yourself. Very quickly here, we're reaching speeds of up to 45. You can hit 54, 55 miles an hour along here. But then you've got some left and right handers. You've got to just handle the bike nicely, feather the brakes, or just basically hang on for your dear life at times. This section ahead, there are clips on YouTube where people have gone flying through the bends and smashed up the collarbones and all kinds of damage. Just take it easy, it's not worth taking too many risks. Another signpost there saying 10% gradient with these turns. We have got water on the road. Just take it easy again. Lean it in gently and come out wide. Here we are again, approaching the next series of chicanes. Starting to brake quite heavily now to take this left-hander. Getting some more speed again, nice right-hander. And I know that Alan's ahead of me and he's a good bike handler. There'll be no bridging that gap today on this descent. And again you can see running water on the road. So having made it down the descent safely, it was time to find a cafe.
Right, we're in Holmfirth. This is last of the summer wine country. Right, we found the cafe. Let's go in there and get something to eat.
You normally go, what you look like you were struggling to me. I was bonked and I was catching you.
Didn't feel the love today on that climb.
I had nothing. Daz come flying past and then I started to catch Owen.
Daz came past on his shopping. You want to lay
Yeah.
Cheers.
Ooh.
Where'd you get your sugar from?
And yes, that was the cafe off the last of the summer wine. It's Sid's Cafe. It's quite a popular tourist destination to visit now. It is a working cafe. And after the usual 10 pints of coffee and a dozen scones and loads of sausage and egg butties, it was time to hit the road again.
We're on the Eyeless climb now and the field has broken up. Tough long climb this. I think Owen's way off the back.
So here we are now on Saddleworth Moor on the A635. This is a long exposed stretch of road between Holmfirth and Greenfield. And on this section it was windy, so the guys on the front were doing a lot of work. And I guess at this section, whoever's up at the front is going to take a lot of it. So we've got to do turns, so I come through and do a little bit. It just helps take away the wind off the guys behind. And there comes Alan. That looks like Andy coming through. We're all now starting to do some rotations. But what happened next caused some controversy. Here goes Mike with a whacking big effort right off the front. None of us know why, because there's a headwind and there's no real need. You're not going to get a king of the mountain today. And just as Lee and Owen were about to get on the back of the bunch, Mike did this. It caused a massive split again in the pack, and you can see Owen and Lee fist pump each other there because they'd worked so hard. So there I am telling Owen to get on my back wheel. That gap can be bridged, but to do this now is really, really hard work. I would find it harder now bridging a gap on a descent than on a climb. Once them guys have momentum, they're going to keep working it. They've got the pace, and the quicker you go, the more the wind resistance, the air resistance becomes greater and greater. You end up burning loads of energy, putting the watts in just to maintain that gap. But I was determined to bridge that gap and get Lee and Owen on my wheel through into this bunch again. Look at the view on the left there, what a fantastic view. But we're nearly there, and that gap I had to dig in really, really hard here. Tucking in, get my breath back, and there will be a hole being punched through the air there that I can take advantage of, and I can slowly then bring that gap right back down to nothing. As you can see there, tucking in, put the power through. We're doing around 35 to 40 miles per hour today. It wasn't a super rapid descent because we had a headwind. Nearly got the gap now. I can just about get onto Alan's wheel there. It just takes so long to get on it, and once you get on the wheel, you're okay. Now I know that we've got Lee and Owen behind me. That gap is almost bridged completely. You do need to have a bit of a gap anyway, just for safety reasons, and very soon we're right on them. And there you are now, I've made the gap straight through. There's no messing about here, but we're not racing, we're just taking advantage of the speed we've developed. There's Mike holding a good line just behind Andy. And Andy's got some good legs at the moment because he's been cycling in Tenerife up in the mountains. So let's get back to this descent. We've all recovered. I'm third in line. Let's get the camera wiped away there. See the indications there? Mike could see a grid. We're pointing out for debris on the road. You've got to let your mates know what's happening on the road ahead. So there's another grid there. We're all strung out across the road. I'm going to come through now and see what we can do on the front. Just tucking in, get behind Andy, and then let's go. And the moment I get past him here, shoulder to shoulder, there's a massive pocket of air hits me and basically slaps me in the face. It's so difficult to make any gap appear at this speed, especially on this bike. There comes Andy again. He's willing to keep the pace high and does some more work. But look at the gap. There goes Mike. He's in that pocket of air that's been punched through. And then the pace is really high now. Again, Mike's doing a bit on the front. I've got to dig in here, sit down and put some power into the pedals. And I think at this section on the descent we'd reached a kind of terminal velocity for us with the conditions, so as soon as one of us got into the front we weren't going to go any further away unless we was having a fantastic day and we'd found some power we never knew we had. But we're back together again. There goes Andy, he's coming through. I'll come through now, and as you can see it's a reverse effect. We've both got momentum, and then I'll do my bit again. What a fantastic bit of riding this was. It doesn't have to be super fast like 60 miles an hour, but at this pace it felt really good today. Just got a nice right-hander. There comes Andy again and Mike. Wow, they're through and they're on it again. But look how quickly that gap goes to 10 metres. But my bike, it's not an aero bike. It doesn't help. Whoa, what was that? Let's just stop and rewind. That was dangerous. That was close. That was dangerous motorcycling. He crossed a solid white line on his side of the road to try and overtake. Big no-no. Anyway, here comes Owen. He's given me the call. Daz, on your right. He's recovered. He wants to get back into the mix again. so we're keeping the pace good for the final section of this descent. The speed limit is 40 miles an hour and we were adhering to that. We're all coming down here now, all together, and a nice right-hander.
Well, I got that on camera then. Well, hopefully that footage will come out of that motorbiker doing a ridiculous overtaking manoeuvre. Could have took us all out. That close. We're now on the Grange Bar Road. The Tour of Britain came up here. It'll be a lot quicker than we're going today. Well, that is a big climb because the right split there. I'm going to wait back now. It goes on and on. This is what happens on these punchy climbs. There's Mike. There's probably about a 90-metre gap there. Owen's way off the back. He's got some support with Lee. Here's the gap. If you're a big fella, climbing is always going to be difficult. Well, that was a wicked climb up Grange Bar. We're on Buckstones Road now. Back in towards Milne Row, Neway, Royston. Could be another fast descent with a couple of hairpin bends on it.
So here we are now on the final descent of the day, and this was the opening shot of this video. This is the Buckstones Road descent, and there's Owen coming through, just doing a stint. He's taking it easy. I think the climbing today, it took its toll on a lot of us, to be honest. Anyway, that's it for this ride. It was a fantastic day out. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And if you like these videos, let me know and I'll keep making them for you. And who knows, we could be cycling to a cafe near you soon. Thank you for watching.